So how close are things to being game ready?
I would say we're probably we're about halfway there. I mean, I feel like we'll continue to do some more situational stuff, but the way they came out and got after it and did some things, it was good. I say that number just because Major didn't play, Polk, that we held some guys out, so we got to get a few work in with all of our guys in, so we can get a good feel for that. There were some mistakes that happened on one side of the ball or the other, and generally it was a guy that was maybe playing that wouldn't be in that situation. So, but I feel really good. We came out of it healthy. It was physical. Just a lot of good live work on special teams as far as punt and kickoff return. And so now it's just a matter of us looking at the tape, getting back to work tomorrow, and then we'll go camp. We'll have 2 days next week, and then start getting ready for our first game.
Is Webb taking the steps that you're
Yeah,
expecting
I do.
out of him?
I do. Yeah, I do, and so have the other guys. I thought all three quarterbacks I thought played well today. We had one bad miscommunication, just a young guy not running the right route. That was a pick. Other than that, I thought our ball placement and decision was pretty dang good at the quarterback position, and allowed us to have an opportunity to make some big plays.
Do you mind sharing a few other guys that kind of stood out to you today?
Brady Day, Henderson, Tony Jones. I thought the first line played really good.
Offensive?
Yeah. D-line, it's the same usual suspects. Those Tyler Hennington and Tupou and Solis, young guys, all three, made some good plays at different times. Chidera, we didn't play him much. But when he's in there, Judah Parker's starting to get a little more comfortable in making plays as opposed to just doing his job. So, we didn't scrimmage Rippy. Kyle Washington's another guy that showed up now that he's come back from his concussion. He showed up the last couple of practices. So we're going to have some depth there. And, Marquise Mosley showed up in special teams, showed up on defense. So it was good. It was good. It was really, it ended up being about 100 plays. When it's all said and done, a little more than that probably. And, the guys were really doing a good job of getting after it, playing physical, and to do that and not come out of the injuries. You guys remember last year's press conference after the scrimmage, and it was not acceptable, and we came out and played that way. Truth be told, it carried over. So, but the guys knew how to practice and knew what's expected. They came out and did it. So I'm pleased with that.
Is Mosley looking at? Is he working at both safety spots, or?
Yeah, he is. He's working at both of them. I think primarily free, but we'll do interchangeable stuff with those guys. He's a smart player. He has real good football instincts, and he can run, and he likes to hit. He really does. He made some great returns in the kick game. So I'm excited at the progress that he's made and continue to go. He's coming off, he tweaked his hammy a little bit. So I was holding my breath as he broke that kickoff return, where not just to blow the whistle, but he didn't have to get to fourth gear, which is good news. He was able to run and score, staying in third. So I'm really pleased for him.
Because people aren't talking about him as much as maybe the corners. But
yeah.
You say he's in and out just about as much.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he is. He is.
You mentioned physical play. Is your running game getting that physical edge that you're looking for?
We're really close to getting having an identity in the run game. I mean, we really are. It's just, I feel so much better. It's night and day from where we were last year to where we are now. But we got to continue to improve and get better. And like I said, we're still in a camp mode, so we got to continue to grind a little bit. I know they're tired. I know we got a little bit of legs, but we'll keep working and we'll get freshened up when we need to.
You mentioned Mosley in the kick return game. Is he the guy that you're looking at right now that will be?
We had a whole bunch of. We had 4 kickoff returns, so we looked at a bunch of different guys back there. So I'll look at the tape and see who looks the best, who's going to hit it up in there. So we'll see how that goes.
Punt returns as well.
Punt returns, we just did fair catch and coverage, but they wouldn't have been returned anyway. It was great hang time, good placement of the punts, the pin guys, so that would have been a moot point.
What have you learned about your team at this point, a couple weeks into camp?
They want it. I really have that. Their actions. Now they don't say it, but their actions, how they come out and work, and we've gotten better every practice. They want it. They really do want to be good. They really do want to win. So that's refreshing to be around a group like that really feels that way. And then they really care and respect each other a lot. There's a lot of camaraderie there. So it's been a good camp.
Is that why you're so happy after a lot of practices, even though you have so many new guys? You're still kind of.
I'm happy now.
Well, I mean, for having so
No.
many new guys to break in, it seems like you're pleased with the way things go. Is that optimism about the now or the future? Or?
Both. Both. It really is. I'm excited that the guys. You bring them in, and especially big guys on the defensive side, and to see what they're capable of doing, and knowing they're only going to get better. That makes you sleep a little better at night. I feel really good about our quarterback situation. When I got hired, we had 2 guys, and one was a senior. And now I feel good. You're not going in every game going, God, if we get one hurt or disaster strikes, what are we going to do? I feel good about all those guys at that position. We have a lot of depth at some key positions that we didn't have last year. So you're always kind of holding your breath, and it affects how you practice sometimes too, because you don't want to. You want to try to limit exposure, So, but I feel good about what this team has done and how hard they've worked. And I think it goes back to the Utah game, the momentum. It's kind of giving them a little bit of taste of winning big games and what it means. And so we'll see how that translates here soon.
Is that a relief? Everyone talks about the recruiting class in St. Day like it's number one, but once you get them here and find out that you did.
No, I wouldn't say relief.
Yeah.
Because.
Because you say you never know until you actually see it.
Right. And everyone feels good about their class generally on signing day and all that. And that's why I wish they'd rank classes 4 years after they sign. Because guys are leaving, guys don't pan out, and some of the guys that were maybe rated lesser end up being very good players. Every time I hear Justin Blackman's name or watch his name, or I watch him play on TV, it's like, here's a guy that was 3-star John Doe. He's first receiver picked in the draft. It goes both ways. So, I really feel good. I also feel good because I feel like our coaches do a good job of developing players, and guys are improving. The guys we have inherited and the guys that we bought in, you can see market improvement. I look at a guy like Will Precheck. Will Precheck, I remember watching him the first day in defensive drills, and I'm going, you got to be kidding me. Didn't know how to use his hands right. His footwork was awful. And but now when I watch him, I say, guys, here's a guy that's got a chance to be an all-conference player. But he was willing to work, and Tuiasosopo's done a great job of grinding them and staying on them and holding them to the standard and making him, do things the right way every time. Sometimes as a coach, you don't do it the right way, and the guy makes a play. And the coach like, oh, well, but next time, no, you got to coach him just as hard as if he did make the play, not doing it the right way, because that's what will happen more times than not. So I think our coaching staff just does a good job of developing guys. And so when we get guys that fit what we want to do, you're glad when they come in and work like they have the heart you want, the passion you want. And I think that'll translate into results here soon.
Did you find the number 2 quarterback yet?
Nope. Unless Kubiak want to come out. The best number 2 out there, right? No, we haven't. And both guys played really good in the scrimmage. I think both of them threw a couple touchdown passes. Nick would have thrown 2. One got called back, but it was a beautiful pass. Nice deep ball. So they both have kind of got out of they were over the fact they're not the guy and they're competing again and they're getting back more to their normal self, and I expected it to be like that. I mean, when you want something and compete for something like what they were competing for, and you don't get that position right away, it's natural to be upset and disappointed. But they've bounced back, and they both had good scrimmages.
You seen good things out of O'Neal?
O'Neal, Dar, yeah, he was better today. Both of those guys kind of been erratic. Zach kicked good today. Field goal kicking, we were good except for one. And good snap get-offs and good lift on the ball. So our special teams in general was with the exception of one kick, was good.
What range are you comfortable with Oliver at this point?
I haven't even thought about that. For me, it's not necessarily range. It's kind of how I'm feeling. I mean, we may be in range and I'll still go for it. So it just kind of depends on how the game is, what the flow is, and the situation. I don't ever sit there and say, okay, now we're here, let's get conservative and take the 3. It depends on the situation in the game and all that. I want our team, I want them to be aggressive and be an attacking type mentality.